This is lifestyles of the poor and unfucking fortunate. But I tell you what, but bitch, we got bitch.
So you said that was when you did the mixtape. That was still in the mid to late 2000s.
Yeah.
And then from there, where did you go from that point? After you did the mixtape stuff, you still just working on?
I went and got myself. I hit a low, and it's time to go. I'm tired, baby. I'm tired of hustling the phone. I'm tired of hustling the street. I'm tired of scheming bitches. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I went and laid down for 7 months, got my head on straight, got my shit back together, and come back home and really just trying to rebuild. And I was scared to add music to the mix at first because that's really where my habits stem from. You know what I mean? Was music. So just coming home and trying to reestablish me and what I was doing and going back to work instead of hustling, going 9 to 5 and really trying to go straight, you know? And met my wife, had babies, stayed and stuck around them close, early, no passion, no hobby, just all attention on them, and finally felt like I got to the point where, all right, we raised some kids, man. I still got a 3-year-old girl, but I was at the point where I was needing to create, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I was needing that outlet again because it's really therapy, you know, it's just therapy for me. And,
for sure.
To dump all my bullshit out, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's awesome, man. And then, like you said, everybody at some point is going to hit a low. It's all about that. It's all about how you redeem yourself or how you rebound.
About the shake back is
yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So like on stuff on your music on like on streaming platforms, the earliest I saw back was like 2013. Some of that stuff. Now, is that the stuff that you started doing after you was doing the family thing and you started getting back into it?
Mr. Brodnax is the first thing you saw from where we're talking about. Well, I had a family and we started doing music again.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Brodnax, the Narrow Path, the Wood Ready, the Lost Tracks, the Road Less Traveled, all that streaming music came after we had the break, the separation, so that music got loaded in 2013, but that shit...
Oh, that's way old. I got you. Yeah, that's just when you uploaded it. Okay. And then you started doing that stuff, and when did you start seeing like an upswing as far as when you were doing this over the last few years and you started seeing it really start to gain a little ground?
Absolutely. You know, when I got introduced to the genre, I basically met Adam the day that I got introduced to the genre, you know, at the Louisiana rave.
Okay.
So my first intro to, hey, this is what, you know, they're doing at the mud parks and this is the country rap, you know, shit. I met Adam, we formed a relationship, and then not too long after that, I was in Chicago doing music.
Yeah, and that was like 2018, 2017?
Yeah.
So that's dope, man. That's a great way to get introduced to it. You know what I'm saying?
So I just felt like, you know, the whole time I got welcomed with open arms, you know, especially for somebody on that level to acknowledge a dude that had never been around. So shout out to Adam, dog. And, you know, when it's love like that and people are going to put, you know, so I've just tried to, you know, go my hardest anytime we're involved just to make sure I'm representing everybody that has put me in a position to be here today. I'm gonna represent it every time, baby. I'm gonna represent us every time. So the pull up from Adam, the album with Adam, and then basically he's doing that to kind of push me out here to the genre on a little bit bigger platform, and then I go back home and we're doing it all independently again. So everything that you have been seeing after Brodnax is, you know, back independent again, and not only that, dog, I got a studio at the end of the driveway now, dog. I mean, I ain't never had access to that.
Yeah,
I'm an engineer that'll come over, you know, whenever we're ready.
Yeah. So that project you're talking about when there was Adam, that's the one that's just a self-titled album that you do with him. Yeah. And then now that brings you kind of to what you're doing now, which is you've been releasing a lot of singles and stuff and like freestyle or, you know, like doing remixes and stuff like that. Is it working towards a new project?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like a new solo project?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what, I felt like it was so important at this state to just focus my energy on one song and that video and try to put that out as consistently as I can. That's when I saw the most growth. So it kind of put me in the mindset of, dog, do you really need to do an album right now? You know, let's get some momentum rolling.
Right.
And it was working so good that I'm probably gonna have to keep myself from staying on that path and duck off and put some songs back for the album.
Yeah.
Because I want to just every other Friday, baby. I just want to something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure. Like especially when you did the Upchurch remix, bro. I put so many people that I know onto that one, and then everything that you've been dropping since. I love the Jason Williams track. There's a lot. There's not anything that I've heard from you that I didn't like, but I really appreciate, like, I can just tell you really work hard at what you do. You know what I mean? And I also hear influences of, like, not only Texas, but like Atlanta too. Like Outkast, Youngbloods, I kind of hear that when I hear your music, which is definitely a good thing because
they inspired a lot of it.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm excited to see, you know, what you got coming up. I know that y'all stay working. I love the whole vibe of all of y'all, like the circle that y'all have got and how everybody helps each other out. That's what it's been about. That's what I've been trying to get people to do for years, man. You know, and if everybody will just do that, you know what I mean, things will flourish a lot better, I feel like, you know.
Absolutely. It's hard to put your ego aside, you know, but when you're around other men that operate on that high of a frequency, baby, you find your fit and you you match that energy, baby, and that's when yeah, but hell yeah, it's a good thing to see, especially coming Monday and seeing everybody in the room together ripping, dog. It just didn't do nothing but excite me to get ready to come for my session today. And I was itching.
Yeah, you're putting in work on Adam's new album, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope, man. I do have a question to ask you, man. I know that I'm a huge horror movie fan, and I know that you do a lot with Jason.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? Like what? Yeah, because I always noticed that. My buddy, who's a fan of yours, he doesn't do music. He's just a movie buddy of mine. He was asking me. He's like, mate, see if you ask him about the Jason Voorhees.
I was terrified of Freddy Krueger, and I was fucking terrified of Jake because you know the woods in the country, baby, coincide. I felt like he was walking out there for real at that. I got introduced to it. My Uncle Roy let us watch whatever, as long as we wasn't bothering them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we in there young watching shit we wasn't supposed to be watching, and then to finally overcome the shit that I'd be under the covers thinking Freddy Krueger was rubbing his claws on the doorknob. It's, you know, your little mind is just, you know what I mean? So
for sure.
Finally overcome them fears, dog. I like, boy, that shit is a badge.
Yeah.
This shit scared the fuck out of me when I was a baby, but now I may have turned into a monster myself.
Yeah. That's dope, man.
You know?
That's a cool like way to look at it. Cause I watched them when I was a kid. I didn't watch them as much though until I got older. But Freddy Krueger and Jason both scared the hell out of me, for sure.
Yeah, man, classic. You know, and just the imagery. You know, it's especially like I said, the Memphis influence with Skinny Pimp, Gangsta Black, 3-6. Oh man, I could play a fly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Tom Ski Mask. I mean, we got all that underground shit too, and it had that kind of horror. You know, he always had that kind of horror vibe.
Absolutely, and I noticed that DJ Paul and them they used to sample a lot of horror movie scores as into their beats.
Yeah.
One of my favorite horror movies, Brain Scan, they sampled that. They sampled the theme to one of them movies. And that's just what 3-6 was on, and Memphis in general.
Oh, yeah.
Which is one of the reasons I loved them. Like when I first got into rap, it was Bone and 3-6 is how I started.
Yeah.
What made me want to listen to it. But heck yeah, man. So you're working on the new project, you said?
Yes, sir. So right now I'm gonna try to give a original song, try to give a remix, and try to put a couple of back. You know, try to keep the momentum going with current content, and you know, we not all the time I have dedicated right now, Chad, outside of my family and learning how to balance my my family, my work, and my passion, which, you know, we tend to want to go to our passion and just put all our energy right there. I'm trying to figure out how I can give a little bit of my time to everybody where everybody's balanced and cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I want to go 5 straight on my music head first and come out of that bitch and I ain't got nothing left for nobody.
Right.
But you can't do that. So right now I'm just learning how to juggle it. I want to give people fresh new music without starving them 60 or 90 days for an album. And I got room to improve because, you know, I get some assistance. We can start getting some posts weekly and kind of putting out other content than just music. You know, I think we'll really see some growth there too. So I got a lot of room to improve, you know, because right now, currently, the only content I give my people is music videos.
Well, any way we can help, bro, I'd love to help you. If you want to do any kind of stuff like that, I'd always be down to help you do something like that.
Yeah, I'll admit that it's not my forte.
No, I get it, yeah, for sure. But the good thing about it is, that's why the things that are cool about these interviews is people get to see behind the curtain and kind of just look into who.
Behind the music.
Yeah, behind who
see
you.
the person.
Yeah.
And like I told him, a lot of people will watch these over and over and over again and they study, especially if it's a fan.
Yeah.
They study your movements and study how you interact and, you know, it gives them something to be hopeful for, and then they start when they want more.
Yeah,
especially when they hear something in your story that's similar to what they've went through.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, and that's why I speak so freely. Not to interrupt you. That's why I speak so freely on the down. You know, you can't tell a story without the good and the bad, Dick, because everybody's had some struggles, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't want to admit that we all look fucked up, dog.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, people just run from that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Well, dude, we really appreciate you, man. This has been awesome, and hopefully we'll get to link with you again.
This is definitely a bucket list.
Absolutely,
For sure.
Dog. Hey, and look, man, shout out to Chad Arms TV, bitch. If y'all will keep that content pushing out the way that y'all doing and basically covering all the commentary for the country rap scene, bitch, you gonna go, dog.
Yeah.
Keep it up, baby.
We appreciate you, dog. That's love, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I mean.